Hello everyone, welcome back to TechRill. Let us be honest for a second. As a developer, what is one of the most boring tasks you absolutely hate? For me, it is unit test. Writing 20 lines of feature code and then another 100 lines of unit test scripts just to prove it works. It's really painful. But still, it is mandated because your team lead will say no PR without proper coverage. Today, I'm going to show you a new way of writing unit tests with our AI peer programmer GitHub Copilot Coding Agent. And trust me, you will love this. We will take a .NET Core inventory order management API, hand over the task to Copilot, and watch it generate hundreds of test cases in minutes. You all know the production scenario. Deadlines are tight, features keep accumulating, and at the sender someone says, "Don't forget unit test." The basic problem with unit testing is it is time consuming, and also as developers, we stop after the happy path. But that is really just the tip of the iceberg. The real risk lies beneath in all the untested edge cases. And let us be honest again, writing tests often feels like reinventing the wheel. It's a tedious and laborious work. Now let us flip the script. Instead of fearing the unit test, let us outsource them to Copilot Coding Agent. Here we have the inventory order management API application. We are going to generate unit test cases for this particular API project. We are going to take the help of Copilot for curating our issue. You can either create an issue yourself or take the help of Copilot. Here, I am giving a prompt for Copilot to generate the issue content, provided the requirements in terms of unit test is required. If project is not available, add the new unit test project, and also handle the exception scenario, data-driven test. All the requirements are captured. Copilot came up with a new issue format. Click on Create and navigate to the issue. Now the issue contains the task, acceptance criteria, everything. Let us assign that to Copilot. Copilot will start working on this particular issue. It's nothing but creation of comprehensive unit test cases for our inventory management API. Copilot already spanned a work in progress PR with a PR description capturing the issue description. Now let us move to the VS Code where we loaded the inventory management API project. This is a .NET project, so let us run this .NET API project and check what kind of endpoints are available. Moving to the API which support the Swagger documentation, so detailed information about the API endpoint and the schemas are available. This is a Swagger based documentation for our API. Advanced booking contains couple of endpoints, notifications, orders, returns, and the schemas associated with our API endpoints. Each schema is captured in detail. Let us try out one of the endpoint. We'll start from the inventory post. So unless we post something, we may not able to capture the return result. So we will enter or try the post endpoint by passing some data, the name of the inventory item. Here we passed as book with a SKU as a category of the book, that is a story books with a quantity of 100. Let us execute and see whether the post endpoint is working fine. The response looks fine, 200 OK, indicating that the API endpoint is successfully completed. Now we go for the get and see whether we are able to get this newly added record back. Get is returned the newly added record back to us. So our API endpoints are working fine, and let us wait Copilot to complete the work, that is unit test curation. Wow, our friend just finished writing 100 of unit test scripts in minutes. Can you believe that? Let us look into the descriptions of our PR, which contain a detailed information about how Copilot implemented this 100% code coverage with 100 plus unit test cases. It's captured the detailed documentation, different types of testing approach, CI/CD integrations, even how to run these tests in case you want to execute the test with a code coverage. The different testing approach, it's taken not only unit testing, data-driven testing, edge case testing, integration testing, all aspects are covered. Let us look at how much time it took. 22 minutes. Are you able to generate, forget about 100, 10 unit test cases within 22 minutes? It's hard. You need to decide the data-driven approach, what kind of input data needs to be passed, and what kind of exception scenarios captured, every aspect. It takes its own time. If I need to write 100 of test cases, it may take a couple of days altogether. Now Copilot completed this one. We are moving to the newly created branch to test the test cases generated by Copilot. Let us execute the test cases with code coverage using .NET test method, which is available as part of the PR. The Copilot provided the clear commands for executing the test cases using code coverage. Both the project, the inventory API and test projects are succeeded, and it's executed total of 100 test cases, all successful. And the test result formed in XML format, each of the test number, whether it's passed, which details, everything is available. If you want to render this XML in a proper way, you will be able to achieve that. Let us check the available .NET test cases under the .NET Test Explorer. Just refreshing the test cases. Under controllers, you have n number of test cases available here. Similarly, under services, we have another set of test cases. It is divided into order services data driven and the order services test cases. A total of 100 test cases are captured and consolidated under different buckets in terms of the controller or the services angle. If you want to execute the test cases, you will be execute individually, or if you feel that you want to execute all the test cases at once, you can go ahead and execute all the test cases. Even you will be able to execute the test cases along with the corresponding code coverage. Let us look into some of the code generated by Copilot Coding Agent. The order controller test consists of a bunch of test cases aligned to our requirements, addressing the exception scenario data-driven approach. Similarly, under services, you have the two set of test cases, order service test and the order service data-driven test cases. Copilot defined the objects with the sample data to drive the data-driven test cases. This defined object array is passed as a member data for the test case to achieve our requirement of data-driven test cases. Think about it. Instead of developers spending hours reinventing the wheel, Copilot Coding Agent does the repetitive work in minutes. That means developers can shift their focus to the fun stuff, refactoring code, designing architecture, optimizing performance, while Copilot ensures the code base is resilient with exhaustive test coverage. So let us recap what we just completed. We wrote a clear GitHub issue with unit test requirements. We assigned it to Copilot Coding Agent, and Copilot came back with a PR full of structured test cases, exception handling, and a solid coverage report. This is the new way of unit testing. You are not alone anymore. You have got an AI peer programmer sitting next to you, ready to handle the boring parts while you do the creative work. Honestly, I don't know about you, but I'm never going back to burn the midnight oil on unit test again. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.